Largest parameter triangle. Given an integer array nums, return the largest parameter of a triangle with non-zero area formed from three of these lengths. Okay, and if it is not possible to form any triangle of the non-zero area, return 0. Okay, so triangle with non-zero area, that means any two sides of the triangle, the sum of any two sides must be greater than the remaining side. Okay, so we will have the side, right? Triangle is three sides, right? So A comma B comma C, right? So A plus B must be greater than C, and then B plus C must be greater than A, and also C plus A plus C must be greater than B. Only if we meet these conditions, we can say those sides can be formed a triangle with non-zero area. Okay, so the way we can do is we can loop every elements in the array. For example, if we have now like this, right? So I will have the index number like I, and then I will point another the second side as a j, like this, I, and then j, and then k. So at the time j is gonna be I plus 1, right? And then k is gonna be j plus 1. And by doing that way, we can check their parameters, right? Before we are getting the parameters, we can get this side, this sides, and this sides can be found a triangle with non-zero area first. If it can build a triangle with non-zero area, if we meet these conditions, we will add their sides length. We took out the parameter, and then we will compare it with our result. Okay, so for now, for example, if we have like this, okay, so if we have not just let's think about this one. Okay, so we will have I, j, and k. I is gonna be 0, right? And then j is gonna be 1, and then k is gonna be 2, right? So we will check that those sides can be greater than us. So when we plus this one, 3 is greater than 2. Okay, 1 plus 2 is greater than 2. Okay, 2 plus 2 is greater than 3. So we meet the conditions. So we will have the result before. Okay, and then we will have the parameter from this condition, right? After we meet the conditions, okay, these three sides can be formed a triangle with a non-zero area, so we will add those. So we got 5 as a parameter. So we will compare it with our result. If the result is less than, we will just take the parameter as a result. So and then we don't have any rooms to go forward, so we will just return the results, and the result is 5. Okay, so it is the same way, but 1 plus 2 cannot be greater than 1, right? So that means we cannot form a triangle with non-zero area with those three lengths. That's why we just return 0. Okay, so if we looped by doing those three indexes, we will have order of n cubed, because we need to loop for 3 times, right, with the inner 2 loops. So the time complexity is gonna be order of n power 3. So we can get a, it's sure to we will get the time execution error. So we don't want to loop those. So we can reduce our time complexity by sorting the input array first. Okay, this is just 3 elements, so it is simple, right? If it is a large set of the elements in this array, if there is a lot of integers number in this array, it's gonna be AC the time, right? So let me sort the array first. So and then after we sort that one, so for example, if we have like this, okay, like for example, if I have the inner loop like this, okay, I'm sorry, 1 2 3 4 5. So and then I will sort 3 4 5. So the largest it wants the largest, right? The problems want us to print out the largest parameter triangle. So we will start looking for from the rightmost elements, and then if those can be found, a triangle with non-zero area, so we will return. We don't have to go to the left side, right? So only if it cannot, so we will go to this another index, and then we will go to this index. Okay, let's do this. So before we solve the problems, we need to sort the array, right? I'm sorry, sort, yes, this is a capital letters, and then we got what we want, and then I need to loop to every elements in this array, and then but we will start from the rightmost, right, and then to the leftmost. So I will start from I names dot length -1, right? We will start from this one, and then when I greater than equal to or greater than 1, so that means I will be this one, because the another two index will be needed to calculate the, if we are here, we will think the first two elements after this, before this I index, right? So we need to loop only this 3, so we will get every, we will like, it's gonna be every element, right? Okay, so I, and then I minus, right, because we start from the rightmost. Okay, so we will think those 3 elements. So if nums I is should be less than, right? If it is less than, nums I -1 plus nums I -2. At the time we will return is already the greatest, right? So we need to plus, and then we need to return. If it is not, even if we get out of from the loops, and if we cannot return, we will just return 0. That means we cannot get any triangles with non-zero area from this array integers. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one to see what will happen. Oh, I'm sorry, I length for, oh, I'm sorry. So we need to check 3 case, right? But we already know that if 3 plus 4 is greater than 5, it's gonna be the same, right? 4 plus 5 is gonna be greater than, oh sorry, is if 3 plus 4 is greater than 5, 4 is gonna be greater than 3, and also the same way 3 plus 5 will be greater than 4 too, right? So we only have to check only one case. So if this one is less than this one, that's it. Okay, the same we can do like this too. It's greater than, yeah. So any of 2 lengths from the triangles is greater than the remaining side, is gonna form a triangle with non-zero area, right? Okay, let's try it again with another scenario. It should return 0 because we cannot form a triangle with non-zero area. Okay, let's see to, okay, I'm sorry, I need to copy this one. Okay, let me submit this one to see what will happen. Okay, so that's it. Thank you. So the time complexity is gonna be order of n log n because we sorted, right? That's it. Bye bye.